and I'm going to be your science teacher this year. So I wanted to introduce myself, and I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about what we're going to be studying for the next couple of weeks. First of all, we're going to talk about working like a scientist. What do you think a scientist is? Picture it in your mind. What do they look like? What do you think they do? I want you to think about that for a few minutes. Okay, we're back. Now, one more thing. I think I need to add something to my wardrobe. Okay, what is this? This is a lab coat. A lot of times scientists fool with chemicals, or they fool with things that they do not want to get on their clothing. So they have to wear a lab jacket or a lab coat. So that's what I'm going to do today. Now, as I walk around, I'm going to be doing some things that scientists do. So I want you to look at the materials I'm using, and then I want you to think of a word that would describe what I'm doing. Ready? Okay. Now, I can also do this another way. I can hold this in one hand, I can hold this in the other hand, and I can kind of feel a little difference here. So, what am I doing? I bet you thought of this word. I'm seeing how much things weigh, or I'm comparing which object is heavier, which object is lighter. Now, when a scientist is working and they're doing whatever they're doing, like if I was weighing things or I'm doing an experiment, there's something I have to do. I start writing down what I've done. What happened? I write down when I did it, what happened. So, what do we call that? A scientist will record. And they'll record data or information that they find out after they've done their experiments, after they've weighed things, after they've combined things, or after they just have observed things very closely. Okay, so next, I'm going to take this and I'm going to look at this very closely. Okay. You know what I'm doing when I look at something very closely? Scientists observe. Okay, let's look here. Okay, I have got a bunch of rocks here. And you know what scientists do sometimes? They collect things. Like a rock collection. I bet some of you have a rock collection at home. Next, scientists combine things and try out things to see what's going to happen. And in second grade, we're going to do an experiment where we're going to combine BTB and water with vinegar. These are called beakers, and we're going to combine those liquids into another beaker, and we're going to see what happens. This is like a test tube. Scientists use test tubes. I'm going to show you something really cool. I don't know how that happened. You're going to find out later on in 2nd grade how this is happening. What's causing this to happen. So we can say that scientists predict what they think is going to happen. Then they will experiment or conduct experiments to find out what they want to know, and what they want to know will happen. Now, I can take this ruler, and I can go around and let's see. All right, I'm gonna go 12 inches, 24 inches, 36 inches, 36 inches. I can take, this is a ruler, that was a ruler. This is going to be a tape measure. And we're going to measure, in science, we measure things in inches and centimeters. So I can do the same thing with my tape measure as I did with my ruler. I can measure from here to here. So, scientists measure. You've been measured quite a bit lately, or could have been measured lately, using a thermometer to see the degrees of the temperature. I know a lot of times your parents might have a thermometer that they put to your head and then it reads the degrees like that. So all of that is what scientists do also, measure. Okay, the next thing a scientist does, and so do students, I have some canisters here. And I don't know what's in them, but I think I'm gonna shake them and listen. See if I can figure out what's inside. Okay, so what do scientists do? They also listen. Let's go back through them real quick. They listen. They experiment. Predict, which means they take a guess. They're going like, I think this is going to happen when I do this experiment. They measure. They weigh things. They observe. They collect. And record all the different things that they do. I bet you are a scientist. What do you think?